Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and there's them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector, and me I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the operation ball game, I say it, knock it, Ryan.
Good evening, Reggae Boyz fans. Good afternoon, good morning, whenever you guys watching back the video and replay. I just want to tell the Reggae Boyz fans, thank you very much for the support. Yard and abroad, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Big up to all of the people them. Big up to the females them out there watching the program. Big up to Georgia girl. Big up to Shem. Big up to Crystal, big up to Sabrina. It's all about the females them tonight. Alright? So, big up Danny Jed, your beautiful wife. Big up to your wife, brother. Nothing but love and respect. And for the rest of female them who wanna get big up, nothing but love and respect. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel. The man them don't know on themselves. Tennessee all I wanna big up on themselves. Fresh God, wanna big up on themselves. Nothing but love and respect. But tonight, we have a special guest. I think the third time or the fourth time we have him on the channel since he became the Jamaican Football Federation Secretary. I would say Gensec, same thing. But anyway, people, let's get into it, people. So Chung, good evening, man. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome, man. It's always a pleasure to share the same platform with you.
Yeah, man, Ryan. And one of the things I want to say, Ryan, is that one of the reasons why I come here all the while is because you're a straight shooter and you always talk objectively. And I like that. I think that makes a good show, right? I think this is going to get big. This show is going to get big, you know. So I look forward to when you start making millions and you can sponsor me a little thing.
Definitely, man. People, I'm telling you, man, it's nothing about money, but I just have a discussion, just have a meeting with some people from the United States, taking my channel, you know, to places in the United States. Like a Netflix thing, I will give you guys a little bit more detail. I received the email, get the documents and thing to sign over. I'm going to look over it, you know. So we're making move, people. We're making move. And people out there like the content. You know what I mean? So we're making moves. So just continue to support the program. Ambition, hustler, big up yourself. First response, big up yourself, brother. Enough love and respect. Powell, big up yourself. Appreciate all of you guys doing in the comment section. Really do appreciate it. But Chung, tell us how you get involved with the Football Federation. Give the people them a little bit of how long you have been a part of the Football Federation.
Well, I've been on the board for over 2 years before. I was chairman of the finance committee. How I got involved was really coincidental, you know, when I got a call, I told before, from Craig, who asked me to talk to Mike about Leon, you know, getting into the team. And that's the first time I had called Mike Ricketts, you know, and from then we started talking, and he asked me to chair the finance committee and come on the board. And that's how it happened. You know, yeah. That's that.
Yeah. So when this was 2 years ago, you're on the board, right?
Yeah. Over a little over 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say the biggest challenge since you're getting to the Football Federation? What would you say the biggest challenge you buck up
on? As Gensec, it has been there are internal things that we put in place, internal structures, but you know, I don't think it was so difficult. It was all just about having a plan and putting the structures in place. As I said, NSWMA was a lot more difficult, right? Because JFF had their accounts in place. So we had audited financials, and I was finance committee chairman for the 2 years before that, and we had got our audit in place. We had some structures, but I would say the hardest thing was really changing the mindset of the funds and getting a little more confidence in the JFF. That would have been the most difficult thing. I don't think anything else was really difficult, because the truth is that JFF is a massive brand, Not hard when you have a brand like that. So I never have to go and build a brand. It's just a matter of some internal structures in place and just being very open, transparent to the fans, working with people like Rudolph on the technical committee, working with Mike, and some of the other directors, and just putting the structures in place, so that we can get back the confidence from the people.
Definitely, you talk about the funds, one of the difficult things. Based on you get into the GenSec couple months ago, now you're in the job, and you're speaking about the funds. You think you has make an impact to get the administration get a little bit more to the funds? What are your perspective? Because me, in my opinion, I think gonna win over some of the people, then, but some still really sticking on the fence and sticking on the side.
Yeah, man. I think we have won some based on the feedback, because even traveling throughout the country, the people that come up and say certain things to you, and it's always good to stay close to the people on the ground. So the supporters that are out there, the feedback that Mike has been getting, Mike Ricketts has been asked to do a lot more speaking presentations now. The feedback from some corporate people, people, we're trying to bring two of them on board. We in fact have a well-known corporate person who is going to come on, who has expressed an interest. We asked him to come on as marketing consultant come January. Can't call the name, but this is a big one, right? So he will be working with us. The feedback also from FIFA and CONCACAF, which is important, who has said that they are very pleased with the progress that we have made, because we've been submitting our documents a lot more timely. We've been working more with them, thanks to FIFA and CONCACAF. They've been working with us in getting certain documentation in place for projects. So the feedback is very good, and the commitment that the president and myself made when we went to the workshop in October is that Jamaica is going to be the model football association in the Caribbean in 6 months' time. Well, another 4 months' time. We're well on our way to do that, and the reason for that, I went to, for example, I must give you an example, Ryan. I was at the Congress yesterday, right, and we can speak about that, about some of the things that we did there. But one of the members who has been in the thing for a long time, he said to me, two of them, one of them a very big stalwart, right? He said, boy, he congrats us because for the first time in his thing, he has seen that we're very open with our financial statements. We put it out there, right? And let everybody know what the situation is. Because if we're asking, we're basically like a public company, So if we are asking people to support us, I think that we need to be transparent with them. I will put everything out there. The General Secretary's report, you will see is out there with the Constitution, with the financial statements, and that sort of thing. I took guidance from Raymond Grant, who was a former GenSec, and he said, listen, man, when he was there, he used to put these things out. So let's get it done. Thanks to Raymond Grant also, who has been a tower of strength for guiding me. So the support has been there, and the people that you meet on the road every day and you talk to them, they're very excited about the prospects, and the corporate sponsors. So I think we're getting somewhere around. There's more work to be done. As I said, remember initially when I came on, I said, I don't expect that people are going to trust us right away. We're going to put in the work. We're putting in the work to ensure that people see the direction that we're moving in. And, come January, I can tell you some of the things that we're going to put in place. It's going to bring a whole lot more confidence in the administration.
Definitely, I'm really looking forward to see that, Searcher. But before we get into any of the meeting and some of the things we want to get into, this is very important because I've been making separate video calling for the Prime Minister, the corporate, Jamaica, people in general to come on board to support the Reggae Boyz. So I don't know if you see this video with the Prime Minister. I'm going to play it and make you hear it. And for those who don't hear it, just listen. Before that, make sure you guys smash the like button, share your thought down in the comment section. All right?
A match. Congratulations to Argentina, the winners of the 2022 World Cup. Big up Lionel Messi, who played out his heart in Argentina's victory, but who himself has been a prolific force in the beautiful game. France continues to be a constant high performer in world football. And look here, man, special mention to the efforts of Kylian Mbappe. And we must also acknowledge Morocco's groundbreaking achievement. As I followed the World Cup with its many upsets and surprises, I recall with great pride and yearning 25 years ago, I believe it was on the 17th of November 1997, when Jamaica qualified for the 1998 World Cup. I had just entered representational politics then, and as I was moving about the communities, I could feel the energy from football. Sports in general, and football in particular, can be a uniting, mobilizing force in the development of any country, ranging from the investments in youth to become players to the investment in facilities and infrastructure. Now, like everyone else, I had my favorite side in this World Cup. However, Jamaica is my team. I believe, as a nation, we should strive to make the next World Cup. What do you think?
What do you think, Searcher, about that brilliant video? So like the Prime Minister become the next top analyst and some of these team. He watching carefully. I must say the Prime Minister have a very good PR team, Yeah. So what do you think about that? Because I always said for this Reggae Boyz team or the Reggae Girls team to have success, we need corporate Jamaica, we need the government to help a little bit more. What are your thoughts on that? It's good to see the Prime Minister talking about World Cup and Jamaica come up in that conversation.
Listen, the Prime Minister is no stranger to sports. I cycle, I'm a cyclist, and I actually did a ride on Independence to a ride that basically highlighting the link of the two cities, Kingston to Montego Bay. So a few of us rode from Kingston to Montego Bay. And the Prime Minister actually came and started the ride with us, right? He actually rode I think he rode for about 1.5 miles or 2 miles, right? In support of it. It received a lot of attention. And I'm really happy that the Prime Minister has sought to do this because he's correct. Sports is a unifying thing, right? Especially football. And I remember 1998, right? Everybody had love for each other, in 1998. And we're gonna get there, it's something that the president has spoken about. We know our chances are better now that we have an additional 3.5 teams, so it's 6.5, the 3 automatic spots, an additional 3.5. We have an excellent coaching staff in place. The commitment that's coming from the current captain, we're going to get there. And remember that we're a force to be reckoned with because we have the girls going World Cup next year. They are qualified for that. So I'm happy for that. The other thing is that I saw Minister Grange, Minister of Sports, and she said to me, Dennis, you need to come and talk to me, which was always the intention. But, because the World Cup, the Congress coming up, so I tell her, myself and the president is going to come and see her. So maybe sometime next week or in the new year, we'll go and sit with Minister Grange. But I am really happy that the Prime Minister said it. I'm really happy about the interest that Minister Grange has shown, And I would like to think that it is because of some of the moves that we're making to be very transparent, you know, and accountable. As I said, you'll notice that for camps and international friendlies, we don't go anymore. We just send the team plus the HOD, you know, and we actually travel when we need to travel. So things like that, you know, we're putting in place. The work that I'm doing with Rudolph on the technical side also, you know, a lot of things are happening. The talent development that's being worked on for next year, you know, the focus on women's football. You see, we've launched a women's Premier League. You know, we've passed a new constitution. You know, so we're putting those things in place. But the comments from the government is always very welcome, because as the president says, and this is a big emphasis for him for next year, and we can talk about some of the things that we're doing. We see football not just as a development of a sport, but a social good. And we're going to focus it that way also, because it's an outlet for youth. It's a way to give a lot of them opportunities as an outlet. As I was with the principal of Jamaica College, the greatest school in the world. You know that, right, Ryan?
I don't know that Excelsior is the biggest institution. I don't know about JC and I don't know that Excelsior.
I'm gonna forgive you for that comment. But I was with the principal last week or a week and something ago, and he said to me, you know, he said one of the things about the football program, and it's not just football, some of the other sporting programs. He said that he has managed to get scholarships for over 60 boys who would not know.
That's a match.
Oh, my apology. You go ahead.
He has managed to gotten scholarships for over 60 boys from JC. That's one school, right?
60 boy.
Over 60.
Wow.
So they've been able to go to a university because of football, right? And you might have 5% who go on to make it successfully as footballers, but he says every one of them has left school with a degree.
That's good.
Impact. Every one of them has left school with a degree, right? And that is the sort of thing that we want to do. So as I speak to people, Ryan, I say, listen, my job at the JFF and how we see ourselves at the JFF is that we're not just developing a footballer, we're developing a complete person. You understand?
Yeah.
So the youth would normally have an opportunity because of you know, in Jamaica, where your address is and where you're born and your circumstances. We want to provide that opportunity to people. So even if we have 5% successful in football as a profession, at least through the various teams, we can develop people and give them the opportunity to go on and be better people, to be better economically because of that. And that really is our focus from a social point of view.
Most definitely. But before we get into the JFF thing, I want to talk to you about how do you feel as a JC old boy? For a lot of people classify JC as JCFC. They do a lot of scouting, getting some of the best players, whether it's in the Caribbean or in Jamaica. You know, people always complain that JC is just, you know, in my opinion, I see them as the Jamaican Real Madrid. Them not lose final. But what are your thoughts on what the people have to say about so many recruiting the JFF do? JC do.
You know, Ryan, I don't say anything wrong with it. I think it's a good thing. Let me tell you why. When people leave high school and they get scholarships in universities overseas, nothing wrong with that, right? And suppose the universities were to say, boy, we don't want to take nobody from overseas. A lot of our people would not get an advantage, right? So what is wrong with people wanting to come to Jamaica, which is a good thing? People are saying, we see your school in Jamaica as a place of choice, right?
Yeah.
Just like what they say, the track clubs like MVP, and so as a place of choice, right? Can you imagine if everybody from around the Caribbean want to come to Jamaica to go to school?
Yeah.
Because sports now, as the principal at JC say, sports is not just a side hustle anymore,
Big money game, man.
Here, right? And what he has done also, as he pointed out, is that he has not only gotten scholarships of people from football, but even in robotics, we get scholarship people in.
Wow.
Right? So what we're doing at Jamaica College also is developing the complete person. And the old boys provide a lot of support for it. And that is what we want to see. We want to see old boys at various schools getting involved and providing the support. I know JC is a different place, because I was at a dinner one time, Ryan, at JC dinner, and I can tell you within half hour, the man them raised about $70 million. Right? And that's the sort of support that the old boys give. Right? And that's what we want to see. We want to see that for schools, we want to see that for Jamaica, for football, we want to see it for netball, because it is the avenue that we're going to change our society. You understand what I'm saying? When we get people positively involved in this. So if we Ryan were to focus on helping the youth with sports, right? Them not have the time for scamming.
That's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do. So I like what JC is doing.
Yeah. I know a lot of school to recruit, but because JC has been success. Take on a lick. All around the school and must take on a lick and pay homage and pay respect.
Yeah, man.
I don't really like JC still, because every time I book them beat my brother. So I call them the Real Madrid, Jamaica. Yeah, man. 31 tiger, brother. You need to take my joke school team to win 31 tiger. You know what I mean? But it's what it is. Every team recruit.
Yeah, man. Everyone recruit.
But JC just have a very good management team and they do it properly.
I tell you something, Ryan, it's not just recruiting, because we won under 14, we never recruit to win under 14. These people who come to school.
Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of people have said still, enough of the youth them went to JC at first from not getting the opportunity for playing the Manning Cup team, but guess what? They're good enough to make other Manning Cup team.
Exactly.
So that means
exactly. I'm good enough to make other Manning, so them can go to other schools, and that's what we want to see. You understand what I'm saying? But the way to improve, is for the best to rise to the top, and set a higher standard. Not bring everybody down to a standard, but set a higher standard all the while.
yeah. Like I'll be honest with you, that show you that listen, me always say when you put in on the Excelsior jersey, it's supposed to be the best.
Yeah, yes.
It's supposed to mean everything to you when you put on that Excelsior jersey, right? But a lot of schools don't understand the standard that Jamaica College are. You can't be no bug and play for Jamaica College better.
Listen. I was telling somebody about how serious JC, the commitment that we have to Jamaica College.
Yeah.
Is like a lodge, right? I remember in 1984, right? The goalkeeper at the time, he gave away 2 goals that cost us the Manning Cup final. I think Mark Morris scored one for Georges, and I think it was Strawn or one of them also that scored the other one, right? And we lost 2-1. You know that the keeper made a mistake twice. You know, Ryan, that the Monday after, it was a Saturday or Friday. You know, him couldn't come back to school. Never come back to Jamaica College,
Yeah.
That is how, and that wasn't the right thing, but it showed the passion, right? Which you have when you go to a JC, and you will know. You have won cups and thing, and it's the same thing like with the World Cup, right? It's only 135 teams of the 200 and something have ever gone to the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
But you see, when you're at a school, Ryan, that you're used to winning things and the passion, when you go in the stadium and you lift champs, or you lift Manning Cup, or you lift Walker Cup, is a feeling that unless you go to a school like that, you don't know what the commitment is.
True.
And as the JC old boy said, boy, all of us bleed blue.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you carry that to life.
I don't know where them get. I don't know where them get the students. I don't know where them tell them. When them go JC and the KC.
Yeah, man.
I don't know where them tell them up there. I don't know. You guys teach them the history of the school. What's it mean? Because
yeah, man. Once you go there, you get indoctrinated. I tell you that. Right? You get indoctrinated once you go there, and you learn respect and you learn loyalty to the other JC old boys and JC boys. There's a loyalty. You just don't get it elsewhere. It as I say, it's like a lodge. Them schools, which is good.
Which is good. But anyway, let's move on to the Reggae Boyz. I know a lot of you guys. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you before we get into it.
Yeah.
Different from Rudolph Speed, I think you as a Gensec, you make a big impact because they always saying a good leader, other people follow them. And this is my opinion, and this is what I think. I think from you come out and start to do a more interview, I think the rest of your co-worker them get a little bit more level-headed, I would say more comfortable coming in and speaking to the media on a regular basis. I don't want to think because of the election next year why they're doing this, but I think it has been a fantastic. You have that same feelings that since you come, like the JFF kind of going in a different direction. We kind of see it a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it has happened over the past 2 months, and I think why it has happened too is that what we've done is, and the team that I've gone in with, because it's not just me alone, it's a team at the JFF. We've provided the foundation and the infrastructure to enable certain things, right? So putting the plans in place, working with the president. The president has a lot to talk about now, right? So there are some things that were broken, right? And we fixed that. We're fixing it. There are a lot more things that need to be done. And by doing so, we created an infrastructure, a platform for people to talk, right? I mean, the truth is that if there was not a commitment from the president and from like a Rudolph, then even if you were to fix it, it wouldn't come out. So it shows that there's a commitment before. It's just that I think we have fixed certain things in terms of the infrastructure. We had some issues with FIFA. We sorted out a lot of that. We sit down and said a deliberate plan. This is where we're going. In fact, the office is closed next week, right, until New Year's. But next week, I'm going to be writing my plan for next year. We've completed our budget for next year, and I'm going to be writing the plan to present to the board, and incorporating some ideas that the president has. So I think that, I mean, certainly what we have done over the past 2 months has had an impact, but I think that the commitment was there already. So it's helping. When a plant wants to grow and then you just put some water on it. Yeah, basically that's what we've done. But it has helped, yeah.
Yeah. But what are your guys' short term and long term? What do you try to achieve, and what's the stamp time? What do you want to achieve in the short term and long term?
Yeah, man. So let me give you some of that, because we've thought about it very carefully. The overall long-term objective is the development of football in Jamaica, right? Included in that, as the president says, the social side, right? To develop it for the youth, develop it throughout the country. As Speed said to me, boy, is one thing for us to say, boy, we want to go World Cup 2026, which we know we're going, right? 2026 will be at World Cup, and we'll have the girls next year. But we must remember also that we have the Reggae Boyz might play a match every 5 months, right? During that time, we have the other leagues that we need to focus on. So development of football, the start of the Women's Premier League, right? The tier 1, the tier 2 now, right? In terms of men's and women's league that we're developing. It's a whole holistic development of football we're looking at, so that we create an opportunity for the youth in Jamaica, but also for Jamaica to become a powerhouse in football and football development, just like we've done in track and field, right? So that is the long-term view. Once you set the long-term view, we have our budget in place, right? We work with FIFA in setting out the strategic plan, because we have a 5-year strategic plan. Then we're going to be looking at what are the things that we need to do to get there. The first thing we need to do, Ryan, is that you can't grow a tree by focusing on the leaves. So we have to set the roots in place. The roots of it is twofold. You have the administrative side and you have the technical side, right? The administrative side, there are certain things we're putting in place, and we have those plans already. So you're talking about the things like the committees that we put in place, right? So we spoke about the marketing committee and the finance committee. We're working on the disciplinary committee, right? And the compliance committee, the governance committee, and that sort of thing, right? We're getting, as I said, a consultant, a well-known marketing consultant to come on board. He's retired, but he has been active, right? And is well-known, right? And you're going to hear about that soon, right? We're putting the staffing in place, and we've done a lot of that. You realize one thing, Ryan, that since we've been working over the past few months, you don't hear no whole heap of controversy and leaks coming out of the JFF. So we're putting that foundation in place. You understand what I'm saying? Getting the right staff in place. But not only getting the right staff in place, we are doing things to ensure that the staff is comfortable. Right? So one of the things I'm doing in January, right, is we're putting in a lunch program for the staff. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
So how many staff you guys have work at the office?
In the office, we have about 20 persons in the office.
20?
Yeah.
When we just hire these people?
Between the technical center and where we are at
So what these 20 people do? Who are these 20 people? What they do day to day?
You have people in accounting. You have the managers for the football teams, right? Who are there. You have ancillary staff. We have to have the cook for the camps, right? You have people that look about the facilities. Because remember, it's not just the 2 senior teams we have. We have the under 20, the under 17.
Not much involvement. They don't play the practice game, only tournament alone.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. Because remember, we have also a referees department, because we are responsible for the referees. Right? So we have to manage the whole thing of the referees in the country, right? And remember, we have the different leagues that need to run, right? So we have a referees department, we have accounting, we have the managers for the teams, we have facilities, we have the technical center, which, one of the things we're looking at, we have some announcement about that also, because we're improving that facility that we see as a revenue earner also, right? We're going to start earning some money from it.
Which one that? Captain Horacebury?
Yeah, the Captain Horacebury Center.
So what? We're going to make team play there and have to pay, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We're gonna monetize it.
What about rent out half of the office though?
Well, those are things we're looking at. So there's a move afoot to do some of that. I don't want to mention that yet, but we hope to start that in January. Right. So those are some of the things we're looking at, because it's a very valuable space. So we're looking at how we can reorganize some things, get greater value out of it, right? And remember also that a part of the support structure is that we're going to be selling merchandise. Also,
Okay.
right?
So where exactly are we going to sell the merchandise? At the office, or is going to be distribution to store in New Kingston and in Africhi?
The distribution outlets, right? We're going to have some partnerships there at the office also, because we actually do sell some things from the office now, right? And also e-commerce.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So those infrastructures we're putting in place to get that done. So we're putting some things in place. We're trying to make the staff comfortable, right? Because the thing that makes organizations run, especially when
hold on. Is it you putting these things because you know important these things is because previously these things wasn't thinking about by the administration? Is you coming to tweak some of these little things where you can get the best out of this?
Yeah, man. So we're tweaking some of the things because my view, Ryan, is that I believe people are important, and you have to create an environment for people to be productive, right? And that's what we have been doing, and I think we've come a far way already. I mean, we have some great people that work there. Great people that work there, right? And we're trying to get the best out of them. When they're happy, when people are happy, then you'll find that the people that they serve are going to be happy, right? So the managers of the football teams, for example, right? Personally, what I do, right, is if I give someone a responsibility, I don't get involved in it. You manage a team, you must manage a team, right? Because if the team fail, is your accountability, right? So I don't get involved with it, but we have a good process in place of monitoring things when things go wrong. As I said, we're doing some upgrades in terms of management and also the facilities at the center, right? You're going to hear a lot more about that, right? Come early next year. So once we put that infrastructure in place and make sure the people and the team are correct, there are some things we're doing. We're putting some policies in place, which the president spoke to just recently too. I believe that when a parent sends their children to play for a team, because under 15, under 17, and under 20 are children, right? We're putting a sexual harassment policy in place, Ryan. Right?
Important.
Very important, right? So that we're protecting the people that come in. And as I always say to my people, I am issuing a warning. If you think that you might be involved in anything there, right? You need to take some action, right? Because we're not going to tolerate that. Because I want to know that when a parent entrusts their child to the JFF, that child is protected, right? Both male and female. We're putting a whistleblower policy in place that is going to give everyone, right, the comfort of being able to say, this is something wrong here, and I have a safe place to report it and get action. I have met with some people already and got some information on certain things, but we're going to put an official thing in place, right? So that a man feels safe. If a man have a problem with me, he can go talk to the president. A problem with somebody in the office, he can talk with me, right? And we're going to put that in place, right?
I want to say something on this. So we know the Football Federation with a lot of stuff. Some of the person them break a lot of law in the Football Federation. So as a gensec put in all of these things, can I have a receipt of it, like the documents, can I have it? Because when somebody break it, him supposed to get booted, him supposed to get
Right. Let me give him my commitment. I will send you a copy of the policy when they're approved by the board. But if someone, I will do everything to support the staff that work with the JFF as long as they do the right thing. If a man break the law, and he must face consequences, right? And I will be the first one to help him face the consequences, right? So we're going to make sure that those policies are in place to ensure that do the right thing. One of the things the president spoke about yesterday also is that come early next year, we're going to enforce a code of conduct. So everybody knows what is expected of them. And if they break that code of conduct, they know what the consequence of breaking that code of conduct is, right? Players, staff, and the president said directors also. Nobody is accepted, right? That's going to be in place. We are finalizing to send to FIFA also a procurement policy, right? So one of the things we've been enforcing, when something comes in, we get 3 quotes, and that's something we're enforcing now. 3 quotations, and then we select from the 3 quotations, right? For everything. What that requires a lot of planning in advance. So like we know we're traveling a month or 2 months, we need to get the quotes on the traveling from now. The 3 quotes, right? And then we look at it, we make an assessment, and we choose based on the policy. That policy is going to FIFA. There are a lot of other things. We've been in touch with FIFA about projects that we're doing. So talent development is a big focus.
So you guys far behind with this talent thing, because a lot of country in the region know about this and them make use of it.
Yeah, man. We know that. We know we're behind, right? But one of the things we have done is it don't make no sense to talk. You lament the facts and you was behind. What we need to do is start work on the thing.
Okay.
We have a program that is being developed by one of the coaches that has come with Hal Grimson.
John Wall.
Right. John Wall is in charge of talent development, right? And he's working with Rodolphe, and he has a program. He has sent me something, a very good program in terms of talent development that we're going to be working on for next year. So you'd have seen that we'd have given out some things to our primary school the other day for the grassroots. We're trying to support people at the grassroots level. So as soon as a man born, right, the first thing he sees is football. Right? And develop it in that way. So we have a program, and that program I think can be made public also, right? When that program is developed. So I'm working with Rodolphe and John Wall on that, right? Okay. And then the women's development. So we start the Women's Premier League, right? And I'm working with Rodolphe on that in terms of ensuring that we have a thing to build it out. It's a part of the talent development also. But women's development is a critical focus for us. Right? I mean, if you think about it, if you can give women that avenue, you know that women are always marginalized in countries, especially like Jamaica, right? And we want to give them that avenue. So one of the things, so these are some of the things we're doing to ensure that we get the development going. One of the things we're looking at also, which the president announced yesterday, is that come next year, the middle of next year, we will be awarding the inaugural 2 scholarships, one for a boy and one for a girl who has represented their high school and has successfully matriculated to a tertiary institution. We'll be awarding an amount of about $300,000 each to help them with the tertiary education. Right?
That's a big thing, man.
Yeah?
That's a big thing. That's big.
Yeah, man. And that is what we're doing for next year. We're working on the details, right? And we'll have an announcement of the application process and everything. The application process, I think, will take place maybe in about the July, August, or so, and they will have a committee that looks at it, right? The other thing I'm working on, and I've contacted 2 financial institutions already and spoke to a third one today, is that we are going to be putting on a virtual conference that people can attend globally, all our players, on financial management. So we're going to offer financial management training, and we want to do it every year for all our players. So when a man makes his money, he understands in the back of his mind, hey, I might be playing for 10 years. I have to put aside some money. I have to invest some money. I can't spend everything off. But I'm working with 2 financial institutions already, and I have another one that we're talking about. And what we're going to do is put on some financial management sessions. And I want to do some other things also, right? But the other thing that we're thinking about is that when players go to the camp at the training center, we want to see, and I've spoken to 1 or 2 academic persons already about, can we provide academic support, tutoring support while they're at the camp?
Okay, this is at all level,
All levels.
Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls.
Yeah, man, all levels, right? That's what we want to do. So those are some of the things that we're focusing. We have a big event that we're working on for next year. We don't want to say anything about it yet, but when that one hit, Ryan, if we're successful with that, I can guarantee you. You ever hear the term sell off? Yeah, man. You understand?
Alkalines, everything sell off.
Yeah, man. So those are some of the things that we're doing, right? Of course, the president is adamant that we need to get to the clubs, talk to the clubs, right? Meet with them, go around to the parish, see what the needs are, and see how we can help them to become more independent. Right? So we not only want to provide financial support, which we're trying to do with CONCACAF has been helping us with that, to provide some financial support to the clubs, but can we help them to become more independent? Just like how we're helping the players to become financially savvy and more independent, right? So 2023 is a big year for us in terms of setting that base. And we think once we set that base, right? And we're going to have the international friendlies and thing, and we're trying to do, as the president said, at least 1 senior men match in Jamaica and 1 senior women match in Jamaica, right? So he wants to do one before they go off the World Cup in the summer, the girls, and bring some of that to Jamaica, to the fan base here. So next year is a big year. We're going to be establishing stronger relationships with the government and corporate Jamaica. We already have some persons who have expressed interest. I'll tell you something. I have a set of guys even from overseas in the diaspora who is trying to work with me in developing a website and the e-commerce site. So I have a committee actually meeting them on Friday again, because I have a proposal in front of us, right? As to how that's going to happen. So there's a lot of things happening, Ryan. A lot of things, we're trying to put in place. And this is why I have to sit down next week and write that plan. So we have a structure to say, this is how we're going to do it, right? Of course, the engagement that we have with our fan base through programs like yours is very important. And I am not going to hide, as you know, from the media. I will come and talk. If you have a problem with me, call me and we'll talk about it, right? But we are going to be a lot more transparent out there.
Yeah. So a couple of the people, Coach Boris asking, what about what you guys doing for grassroots coaching education?
Oh, that's big. Rudolph is working on that too. We're having a program in place, and there's funding in place under the talent development scheme for coaching development, right? So there's a coaching scheme in place. We have an objective as to the number of B and C licenses, for example, that we want to do. And we've started the coaching programs already. You'd have seen that we did one for the women the other day, right? And that is a big part of it, to get as much technical competence out there in the coaching area. So that one is huge. That's a part of the talent development scheme that we're looking at.
Okay, fair enough. What about the whistleblowing? You talk about the whistleblowing thing that when come in the newspaper, right?
Yeah. So the whistleblowing, as I said, is giving people the avenue to, if they see something wrong, feeling safe to report it somewhere. Right? You remember yesterday we had Congress and we passed a new constitution.
Hold on, Panda. I'm going to come to you on that. Hold on, Panda. So when FIFA give you guys money to like the talented the identity of talented stuff, we have to show FIFA how to spend the money, right?
Yeah, man.
We have to show every FIFA money we get from FIFA, and have to show how to spend the FIFA money, right?
Sure, we have to show. In most instances, we have to show all the quotations up front when we're requesting it, and when we submit the report, we have to show the backup documents, everything that we spend. FIFA and CONCACAF.
So I see anything when it come on to corporate Jamaica, because a lot of people say you guys is transparent with everything, but with the money, if we going to get more transparency with the money, all the money spent and all of them stuff, especially corporate Jamaica and the government.
Yeah, man. We have no problem with that, because we are going to do that. We are going to ensure that we account to people for how the money is spent, just like we do with FIFA and CONCACAF. Right, and you see that we're publishing our financial statements now.
Yeah,
you can see how the money has been spent by looking at the financial statements.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So, so we are gonna move on now. So, with the election coming up next year, December, we have the Gold Cup coming up, and we have the Nation League is coming up next year, and we don't know if we have any practice game next year. Yesterday, you guys keep a meeting. Is somebody from FIFA was at that meeting, at the concert meeting?
Somebody from CONCACAF was there. FIFA knew about it, but people not going to come just for a meeting, but someone from CONCACAF was there.
Yeah, but is that person from CONCACAF aligned with FIFA, right?
Yeah, man. They're aligned with FIFA. Yes.
Okay. So is it because first and foremost it was 13 parish vote for the president, and in my brain I say no way that can happen going forward for the Jamaican Football Federation. We have too many. The Jamaica is too big for us to have 13 people elect president.
Let me tell you the changes now, right? So the changes is going.
So before go ahead.
We had 13 votes, the 13 parishes that vote on the president. Now we're going to have 69 votes, right? Sorry, we're going to have 54
votes. 56.
Right. So the parishes have 26 votes, right? 13 times 2 votes for each parish, which is Pillar 1. Pillar 2, which is the elite football, the men's Tier 1 club, the women's Tier 1 club, the men's Tier 2 clubs, and the women's Tier 2 clubs have 4 votes each. So it's 16 votes in Pillar 2. And then Pillar 3 has the interest groups. Jamaica Football Referees has Jamaica Coaches Association, ISA, Intercal Association, Beach Football Association, Past National Players, and PFGL has 2 votes each, right? So between those 7 is 14 votes there. So 26, right? 16 and 14 votes. Right? And therefore we're expanding from 13 votes to 56 votes, and it is spread across various interest groups. So it's not the parishes alone now going to determine it. The board of directors is also reduced. Right now it's 13 parishes, 3 vice presidents, the president, and two independent members, right, of which I was one. And that's 19 persons on the board, right? Right now, the board is reduced to 11 members, made up of the president, and instead of 3 vice presidents, now you have 4 vice presidents.
But no, sir, would alone have so much vice president in the whole entire football.
Yeah, well,
The
I mean,
Jamaican Football Federation have too much vice president.
yeah, but I don't think it's a bad thing, Ryan.
No, man.
Let me tell you why. No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because it means that you have more persons for a succession plan. So it's not a bad thing. Right?
No, a long time we have so much vice president. Bro, some of the man them can just walk away, man. 30 years in the thing.
No, yeah.
Man, it's too much, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even if we have a problem with why the Parish Association them have to have 2 votes? Why them never just stick with them 1 vote? Because guess what? The president of Cassava and Kingston, the vice president probably have the same thought. So why them 2 votes?
No, the club has 2 votes. Nothing wrong with that because they remember, the parishes is the main.
Yeah, but they should have 1.
No, man, nothing is wrong with it as is. 2 votes.
Me not like that.
And hold on. Remember, the clubs have 16 votes. And the interest groups have 14 votes. So the parishes alone can't carry the thing. Right? Because the total is 56. The parishes alone can't carry it. But the parishes play a very important role because the parishes are responsible for everything. So I think that it is not unfair to have it set up like this. And remember that this, one of the things you must remember, Ryan, as the president said yesterday, this is the next step. It don't mean that can't change after this, We're moving from 36, from 13, where the parishes had all the votes, to where the parishes now have less than 50% of the votes. So that is a significant improvement. So
how much any president need to win? The 29 vote.
You need half of 56 is 20, about 29, yeah.
Yeah. So 26 vote come from the parish. So easy walk.
But not no, not all the parishes vote for the president.
No, man. 80% of the people them vote for the president.
Listen, Ryan. Even say 80%. 80% of 26 is what?
No, man, that's too much, man.
No,
it's
but
too much.
80% of 26 is
man.
what?
Me not like
Hold on, Ryan. 80% of 26 is what?
I don't know good age maths, man. I don't good age maths.
It's 20. So the man will even need another 9 votes.
Easy him can get that so much.
No.
I'm telling you, man.
No, Ryan. If you understand the landscape of football in Jamaica with how it is divided into the clubs.
No, sir. It's divided, Bridget. Yo, my cricket have that slam dunk.
No.
No, him have it slam dunk. And the reason why me I say that, because I want the man them will keep on come out and talk about my cricket to resign and the JFF now only need to come on board and farm. And if only believe say my cricket will leave the post. So me I make it no say my cricket have this slam dunk. In my opinion, he will be the next president. If the people come and challenge.
I think that what is going to determine if he remains the next president or not is the performance will happen over the next year.
When he perform no good, he might go win.
No. Listen, Ryan. If you were at Congress yesterday, you wouldn't say that.
Hey, Jamaican people, them, you see them? when the time come for do what them supposed to do, them flop. Are these same people have the previous, the what I know, are them same people, what I know, are them same people.
Ryan, you can't say a safe place. I can't talk about my people them so.
What I know, man, Jamaica, me have a house of Jamaica, me have houses of Jamaica. So my country too. So me have all interest for talk about it. But this is what me have to say. Remember, you know, in a previous administration of them same people from the Paris Association vote them in back.
Yeah, man. But what I'm saying is that we're moving from a situation where the parishes.
I understand. I'm accept the change. I'm a really.
So therefore, Ryan.
Yeah.
we go ahead with this one next year. Maybe change again.
Yeah.
You understand? But you have to admit it's a big improvement to what it is now, don't
of course, me have to agree and me rate that. But
a big improvement.
Remember, no, the last time it did 50 you know, and the president lose, you know, and the man said, not on my dead body. This I go him bring it back. But FIFA evolve, time has evolved. I hope it not go back down to 13. But me I say still, I am worried for no say 26 vote that. Me think
no,
should I get some part of the voting.
Listen.
Jamaica apartheid.
Ryan. Don't look at it as 26 votes. Look at it as 13 votes. It was before. It was 100%. 26 votes is less than 50%.
Listen, remember me to tell you say, you know. When you tell me say no, you never was it. You don't know if you get the job. I mean, I tell you say you get the job. So well, may I let you know. I wish you did this now. So I'm gonna tell you. So this, I'm gonna tell you I wish the. I'm gonna tell you I wish the. Don't go
the prophecy now.
The 21st
of December.
December 2022. Ryan's in my opinion.
8:07 p.m.
In my opinion, in my opinion, my cricket's administration cannot lose this election come next year. And you know the reason why I talk so?
Yeah.
A challenge the rest of man them will ever talk up them out on TV and now do no action when election come. You don't have to be the president. Back and support somebody. Some man, everybody want to be the president. So the reason why I tell you this from now, it's a slam dunk. So only prove me wrong, say it's not a slam dunk. Because remember, last election in Holland.
Listen, my job is don't get me involved in the politics. My job
no,
is
I'm not getting involved, but may I show you so. Watch this. Remember, you know.
Yeah.
Ambassador, you know, have documents in plan and thing, you know. And I know my crickets don't show the public in plan and strategy to take Jamaican football to the next level, you know. While this brother have everything documents show, my crickets are showing none of that, you know. And him still win. And according to my information, even if Barack Obama come and run for the president, my crickets can't lose. So them have to prove me wrong still. This is just my opinion, people. I don't right. I am just looking at it.
Listen now. I can't talk about that. I have to be apolitical, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am objective. All I'm saying is that my focus as GenSec is to focus on ensuring that the plans for the development are in place and that we have greater transparency, right? And that we have the confidence of the fan base. That's what I can talk to. What I know is that what we have in this document here, right, which is the constitution that has been approved, is a significant improvement on what exists now. It's an improvement, right? We're moving from 19 directors to 11 directors.
So is that because I hear in the press conference released by the press officer, right? I hear that FIFA laughing at you guys when you guys only have 19. So that's why the reason why I want to bring it back down to 11, right?
To 11. We consulted with FIFA. I mean, this was a consultation. We had a committee, right, that went over the document. It was a long time coming. And after they went over it, they recommended it to the board. The board went over it, made some changes, And then we had meetings with FIFA and CONCACAF on multiple occasions. They sent back their recommendations. We had meetings on it and we agree with it and we come up with this document. Right? So it has been through a long process, right? And I think it's substantially improved on what it is now, and it has a lot more representation. A lot more representation across the board. And maybe it will expand later, you know. But what I'm saying is that where it is now, it is significantly improved, right? And credit to the current board, because they are the ones who say, listen, we have to go the direction of greater representation for all the interest groups in Jamaica, right? And that is what has been done, right? And therefore, maybe next year we're coming around and we say, boy, you know what? We need to tweak the thing a little bit because it's not perfect. But we can't let perfect be the enemy of good, right? We have something that's good, right? Or better than what we had before. Let's run with it. Later on, we might say, boy, you know, we need to tweak the thing a little. Because remember also, you know, that times might change. The characteristic of football might change, right? And we might need to tweak it at that time. But what we have now is a significant improvement. And commendations to the committee that has worked on it, right? Which was led by the former GenSec, Raymond Grant, right? Commendations to the board. There's a lot of hours went into this, you know. I remember some late night hours we were on meetings, right, with the board and FIFA, because the president was determined, right, as he said yesterday, that we have to get this done because we have to have wider representation.
You think that will give you guys what you mean by corporate Jamaica, everybody, you know, the whole footballing fraternity getting a little bit involved in other things? You guys think that will be more pleading to the corporate Jamaica? Or we're not looking at that, that way?
Well, I mean, the greater thing is transparency and representation, but we think definitely, because we already have some corporate entities who coming on, you know, right, and who want to support the program, right? As you see with the committees that are being formed, right? We have a lot more corporate representation, and we have people who have expressed an interest. We're talking to right now, have a meeting tomorrow too, with a major corporate company about sponsorship starting next year, right? And we have another 2 lined up already who have given the commitment. Talking about major companies, right? So definitely, I think that's going to open the way. And as I say in Iran, I don't think that is something you turn on a switch and things change overnight. I know people upset, right? It has been a long road and people have been disappointed on many things. And we accept that. But what we're doing and what we're seeing is the changes. And as one of the long-standing persons, 2 of the long-standing persons said, they are happy with this document because we published the financial statements, we published the full statutes in there also, right? When last you see that?
Which one?
The statutes, the constitution, right?
No, I think I haven't seen that, but I think I get I haven't seen that one, but I get the bylaws and all of them stuff.
You didn't get this report?
No.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, man, appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
But the vice president, how many vice president you guys have now?
We have 3.
3. And the vice president, who are these vice president? Is it Bruce Gaynor,
Peter Reid, and Raymond Anderson?
What is Bruce Gaynor role in the Football Federation as a vice president?
Bruce Gaynor's role is more to look at he's more administration. Administration arrangements, you know, help to look about issues with the team from a VP level, right? Because we do have, you know, the GenSec and also the team managers and so team staff, but from the board level, right? He looks more at that. And Peter Reid is in charge of finance, right? And Raymond Anderson is more involved in the operational side of it.
What if a grown work? Me see, for me, me see always see him there on the with referee and with security at the Premier League game. So Raymond has been doing a lot of grown work and stuff. But I am requesting an interview with Bruce Gaynor. I want to speak to him. Say, Bruce, if you're watching, my number is right there. I need.
I will pass it on. Bruce didn't come to Congress yesterday because he wasn't well. So I'll pass on the information. I'm sure Bruce will come and talk to you. Not a problem.
Yeah. But the next thing, the Reggae Boyz logo. Where is the Reggae Boyz logo is at this moment?
We're doing some research on it. We're doing some work on it. We haven't really made much progress from 2 months ago, but we are doing the research on it to find out what the situation. But the logo is owned by us.
No, man, the Jamaican, not this, you know. We talk about this one in my back. We talk about the Reggae Boyz.
Reggae Boyz.
Reggae Boyz, the logo.
Oh yeah, man. So we're doing the work on it. We're doing the background work on it. So we'll still have some announcement on that.
No, because the logo there, you know, I want you to do some deep research on this logo thing, you know. Because that logo, I think one company in Belgium owned the Reggae Boyz trademark.
Yeah, man. So we're looking at all of that. So we'll have an update for you on it. I don't want to say anything.
We make up a bag of nice couple months ago near Sovereign the Liar and Kyle and all of them stuff. They were doing a whole lot of work on that, and we really want to know where. How come that person get the Reggae Boyz logo? Because that logo responds for Jamaica.
Yeah.
No company is supposed to have the right for that. So I want you to make sure that you do some research on it and things.
So I'll give you a commitment that in January I'll give you an update on it.
Because when we are here, you know, as somebody own it, you know, and some backdoor dealer go on with that logo, the logo thing, you know.
But I don't know what backdoor deal would happen, though, you know, because the truth is that I don't know that anybody can really, as far as I see it now.
We lose it because it was expired. And we didn't pay a fee. We didn't renew it. You get me? I say we didn't renew it and stuff, and a company in Belgium get it. And the last place the man them get it in the United States. Where if a company lose them trademark, because them can just shut down all of them business. And that's very important. The Reggae Girls don't lose for them one. The Reggae Girls Foundation own for them one. I mean, if you bring up back that again, it's very, especially this Adidas deal, this Mech deal and the Adidas deal. We don't need money if you go to the second people, backdoor people, want all our money up front. So me know who. Me know who, you know. I'm going to do some more digging and deep, you know, because that brother, if I really let him do, I am telling you, I am going to put him under a lot of pressure on my show.
Well, if you have the name, send it to me.
No, I'm not send it to you. You're going to hear when we do the video, and you're going to see when the video come. When we do the video, definitely, like the other day, about the bribery, it will reach to the people them at the JFF. I'm not playing when it come on to Jamaican stuff, you know.
Yeah. I respect that.
I'm going to buy 3 jersey. I don't expect my 3 jersey when I go buy. Other man I make money behind and it now go back to the football program in Jamaica. Because $1 billion deal.
No man. On the Adidas deal, I can tell you that all the money is coming to us.
You know what? I kind of know the full detail. I'm going. I'm anytime I dig deep, you're going to hear about it.
Yeah. But all the money is coming
about it.
Based on the MOU that I see, all the money is coming to us.
All right. Definitely.
We're going to have the controls around it because I've already started to document the controls around the physical thing and also the other side of it.
Definitely. So fans now. So fans, yo, people, big up. People, hit the like button, people. Come on, people. Hit the like button. Pagan, big up yourself. Kyle, big up yourself. Not about love and respect. Rustin, big up yourself. Georgia girl, big up yourself. Danny Jed, big up yourself, brother. Enough love and respect, man. Really appreciate all of you guys down in the comment section. People, the phone line is open. So whenever you're ready, just call in and we have a discussion. So anyway, what do you guys doing? Because clearly when you just talk about the election a while ago, the people that will get vote. We know yes, fans that get no vote. Only are dealing with the fans.
No, that's gonna be difficult to do, Ryan. I mean, remember we're dealing with
a Reggae Boyz supporters club.
Yeah, but it's a company we're dealing with, right? And there has to be certain structures. It's like with you know somebody. Let's look at a political party, for example. Right? There are always a certain set of delegates, delegates. You know, and therefore that would be very, very difficult, right? I think the fans vote based on their public comments, right? And that sort of thing. That is where it is. But I mean, if you go down to that level, you're gonna say everybody gonna say, "Boy, I want a vote."
No. Because guess what? Me, you know, with the fan thing, you know what them do it at England. See, at England, I'm why you go there research on this. So we have the Reggae Boyz. Reggae Boyz supporter club. So you have a particular person who run it and keep in touch with all of the fans and all of them stuff there. But I think we should going forward with the damage the JFF has been doing to the fans. I think even upon a board meeting, the Reggae Boyz supporter, the person who leading that is Kyle, could be a part of the meeting going forward. So he report back to the fans them. Not only
no, we couldn't do that, Ryan. I mean, listen.
Really?
No.
How they do it to England?
No. But we are not there yet.
No, man. England, Liverpool, them of us. Even the other day, FSG, them run, them see them as sell, and the fans them get crazy. I say, what do I do? And the fans them get so mad.
Yeah. But you're talking about a formal vote.
No, man. Because I know just like the other day, me I watch Talk Sports and they're talking about the same thing about fans. This super chat were asking, how can the public fans get involved in that? Me know say them now get involved in the voting process.
Right. Okay, I'm talking about the voting process. So the way the fans are involved is engagement. So one of the things we are looking at is this whole thing about as we have spoken about the JFF Live, right? How can we have continuous engagement with the fans, right? So I mean, the fact that I'm here also in Iran, you represent a significant part of the fan base, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you that, but I'm saying just like listen. Calm down, Ryan. Calm down. My boss. I'm saying, on the board, I think fans like meeting and all of them thing, and Kyle could be that person who represent for the fans.
No, we're not there yet.
So they're not on that right now.
No, I don't know if sometime in the future.
You know, just shove it down and say no, it will never happen. But
right, I'm saying I don't know if sometime in the future, right, that won't happen because maybe there's a place for that. We're not there right now.
I think it would be very good for JFF making these moves. Even 10% of Bayern Munich, you know. Most of the club them in Germany, you know. Fans have must say 10% or 20% in the club.
In terms of ownership.
Ownership in the club.
Yeah. So therefore we have to look at that structure. I am not saying we won't get there. right now we're not there because there are a lot more considerations than that of how you're going to do something like that. Because that takes some deliberation, right? As I said, we recognize that the Constitution as we have now is not perfect, but it is a significant improvement on where we're coming from. And we can't do everything in 2 months or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
We have to take our time and build the thing out and make sure that there's careful consideration of everything that's happening. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just for let you know that I didn't know this. This is the first I'm hearing this. Although Kyle is saying that Real Madrid and Bayern Munich supporter vote for president.
I don't know that. That is something I'll look into, but I don't know that. But I'm saying that right now, what we have is the statutes have been passed for elections for next year. Any changes that happen from here, right, will have to be for next year AGM. Right? It has to be at the AGM, right, for effect the year after. Right, so that is something that we can look into. I am not discounting anything, right? But right now, this is where we are. But that's a good suggestion. So let's look at it. We shouldn't leave anything closed.
Yeah. So yeah, Chung, good evening. So we have a caller on the line. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Ryan. Good night. Mr. Chung, college man, I'm not sure if you're here.
Yeah. Speak up.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, Siobhan again. So I had one question.
College man, I want to hear you, Dennis Chung.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so one question pertaining to like fund engagement, because I heard you mention it, but I hadn't heard like any particular strategic move as to what plans the JFF would have in that particular regard. Mainly social media. When you look at the other social media platforms for other sporting bodies across the world, not just football, you can see where social media is a major factor, where the social media team, they will release videos, they will release photos, training camps, all of those. Because currently we have the under-17 team in training.
Yeah.
We're not even see a picture of the grass.
Yeah, man. So let me just say that, I mean, you're right. We're doing all of that, but those things take a little time to put in place, right? So you see that we've been doing a whole lot more releases, press releases, and talking about things that are happening. We are working on developing our social media sites and getting more information. But when you see something on a social media site, there's a lot that go on behind the scenes to get it there. You know, somebody has to take the video, somebody has to edit it. You know, we have to know how we're going to position it. All of those things are being worked on and being discussed right now. So you're correct. Now we're going to improve all of that, but you know, it takes a little time. Remember, you know, right, as I keep saying, I'm not at JFF for 2 months yet, you know.
Yeah, but a whole heap of thing you do since the two, that means the previous person wasn't doing no work, brother.
Yeah, but what it also means is that we can't.
Yes, Ryan, I work me there. So
yeah.
If you know, say, yo, yeah, put in the work.
Yeah, man, we're putting in the work, man, but we can't do everything in that time. It takes a little time to get things done. But definitely, Carla, we're going there. I mean, social media, we know, is the way to go. And you'd have seen, I don't back off from any interview on social media. Right?
Yeah,
that's good, you know, that's good.
I'm willing to come. Trevor, I'm willing to come on anytime him.
No, man, we can see that, you know, Ryan. We can see that, you know, and it's really appreciative. I really appreciate it from my end, to be honest, because before we never had this communication. But now we can see it. But the main reason why, Ryan, during the whole World Cup period, we saw that Jamaica has a major love for football. You see people who don't know nothing about football literally that sit down. So I just the first thing I say, with fan engagement, I think honestly, me believe, Ryan, and we say it all the while, if we have fans in the stadium, couple of the games and we will draw or lose, we would have win. If we have a good amount of persons in the stadium. So that is what me I talk about.
Remember also, caller, remember also that the last few matches that we had at the stadium with the Reggae Boyz, we were restricted because of COVID in terms of how many people could be there. And that was a big part of the problem too. Right? There was a restriction.
Yeah, but also, Mr. Chung, to be honest, a lot of persons never knew that Jamaica was playing. A lot of persons.
Well, that might be true. That might be true. But the truth is that it made no sense going on a major marketing campaign when you couldn't get more than a certain amount of people there, because the government say you can have X amount and that's it. So that's why we lost money on the games, because we were restricted to 5,000 people. You know, couldn't have more than that in the stadium.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. And I appreciate you taking the time out to answer the question as well.
But going forward, I can guarantee you, and I'm happy that you raise it, we're going to be a lot more active in social media. I mean, I've been talking to Ryan about it too. You know, we're going to be a lot more active on programs like this. We're going to come on these programs. We're going to talk about things, you know, and we're going to get in more and more information out there. I mean, there are some things that are happening too, that I got some news on something today. We can't talk about it yet. I would have loved to release it today, but it you know, I mean, when you're dealing with certain organizations, there's requirements for.
Yeah, we understand contractual obligations, etc., etc. I understand all of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but college man, me I go catch up with you, yeah?
Yeah, man, Ryan.
Yeah, man, big up.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Sir Chung, may I tell you something? I don't want you see the diaspora. May I tell you, see the Under 20 program, the last Under 20, the diaspora has done great. Buy player ticket to come.
Yeah, right. I know that, you know. I know that that is why I come and talk to you all the while, you know.
Yeah, man, Kyle Wallace are the man who need to get to the diaspora because they are willing to help doing stuff.
I will engage anybody, right, that wants to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't have no problem with that, and that is why I come and talk to you all the while and talk to other people, right? Because I spend a lot of time talking on social media, on YouTube, more than even other places. Well, tomorrow I have an interview on Talking Sports. So I do a lot of work talking to people, right? Getting information out there. I mean, I can tell you that every day, right, we have Earl Bailey, who is our press officer. He sends myself and the president all the articles that come out on JFF every day. And every day we have about 2 or 3 articles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's information we're putting out there.
Brethren, I'm not lie still. Me I hold back on my dash my credit for one in me. I wait till the Gold Cup, you know. But information me I get, brother. And that's why I have to respect you, brother, because the amount of work since as they come in the Football Federation. A lot of people wouldn't know, but me I hold on for my credit, brother. Me I hold on for it. Anyway, Carla, welcome to the show. Yeah, live with the Gensec.
Yes, Ryan. Yes, Gensec. Carlton here.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ryan.
Carla, you listen to
Yeah,
the
man,
background. Come on, Carla. Come on. Let's speed up the process.
Yeah, man. So, all right, man. Yeah, man. So what I'm saying to you now, Gensec, the under 17 program I want to have down in Jamaica. Now I live in England. The under 17 program I have in Jamaica. How no going towards the youth them now? Because first time where I don't remember if it was Mr. Baskill, what I see we used to do was a very good thing where them go around the parishes and Mr. Downswell and Jack Walters used to go around and they pick the players them and they come together at Jacksal with all the Eastern players and pick players from that conference and they do the same.
Yeah, man, we still do the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, we were I mean, a month before we were even in Florida looking at some players.
Mm.
Yeah, so we still do the same thing. I mean, Wendell Downswell is still the person who does it, you know, along with the coaching team. So we still do the same thing.
Well, Donswell can't tell about because when them come England, when Captain and them man they come England, they used to come check me. I used to carry them because most of the ball of them are England. I used to tell them about them ball there, you know, because when Carl is there, I used to tell Carl about a lot of them.
Yeah,
When
man.
a kid growing up.
Yeah, man, we still do the same thing, man. We still do the same thing. Yeah.
Because I see a little 15-year-old youth, you know, where they love to play for Jamaica, where they are down there, where they are in a Chelsea camp now, you know, and you know, I talk to him father all the time, but he never get no approach, and I only can say to him, so boy, I know what
I'll tell you something. Sometimes, you know, remember, you know, I mean, we're not going to see everybody, you know. We go wrong, we're not going to see everybody, but some of the things that happen, like people send me videos of people, and then at that point, I will then send it on to the coaching staff and then contact them. Those things happen. But I can tell you, we're not going to see everybody. Let me tell you something also, Ryan.
Yeah.
I spoke with Whisper Father the other day. You know what I realized?
Yeah.
Whisper Father is married to my brother-in-law daughter.
Wow.
So Whisper grandfather is my brother-in-law.
Wow. Family.
Okay.
So life.
World small.
Yeah. And you just find out that.
Just to find out.
Yeah. True. But Carla, you have anything you want to say before we leave you? Because we have a whole one of them short, yeah?
Yeah, man. So what I'm saying now, so the Arman in all that that's the way you used to play when I was at school. Why those things don't continue?
No.
Man, all the cast still play, man. Ben Francis.
When last he play because it.
No, my play the other day and JC.
Yeah, no, man. Ben Francis.
They still play, man.
Ben Francis.
It play champion and stats.
No, sorry. We don't have all Manning and all the Casa, but we have Ben Francis. Right, we have Ben Francis.
When the year when they cut it out, you know. I remember when them pick, it was all school, you know, it was 11 with them called from Alda Costa and 11 from Manning Company, they call it all school that year.
Yeah, but Carla, I mean, that is not there anymore. But they have like Champions Cup now.
Yeah, they have Champions Cup. Carla, that's an Isha. I don't want to comment section say that's an Isha problem question, not the JFF.
Okay, that's the JFF. So how the under 17 program going?
It's going well, you know. I mean, I get updates, and it's going well. The coach is pretty satisfied. You know, we have a tournament coming up next year in February for under 17. So it's going well. You know, the coaching staff seem pretty satisfied with the progress side. As I say, I talk to them every day. You know, it's on a break now, and it's gonna pick up back, I think, next week to conclude the camp. But they're pretty satisfied with it. You know, they're satisfied with it.
Yeah. You see when you spend time with section real proper. When Mr. Donzo will tell about me, because if him that listen will tell you who me is. I'm not talk to you. I'm organize a very big match where either no come in England or you know when the team come. I'm not gonna tell you when which team yet, but I'm going to do that. Donzo can tell you because I organized that match before and it was JFF farm. Make it never come true. Donzo try everything for it happen. So I wait until you settle in first, then I will get in touch with you.
All right, no problem.
All right, yeah. Carla, big up yourself. Here, Carla.
Yeah, Ryan as a boy stone man too.
Yeah, you play for boy stone. All right, big up. We're gonna need some money. We need some money because we rebuild back the boy stone thing. All right, we need a support.
Yeah, man. You want anything for boy stone? I will support anything of boy stone, Ryan. I will send anything come about for boy stone.
All right.
Don't worry yourself.
All right, big up yourself. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. See me look out for my community, you know, and the Jamaica your own budget. But anyway,
Ryan, I forgot run leaving a little while, Snake. I know it's a good while there.
Just give me about 15 more minutes. Give me about 15 more minutes. getting a lot of missed calls, so calling him back there. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good night, sir.
Good
How you
night.
doing? This is Kyle
This is Kyle.
from the Reggae Boyz Supporters Club.
Yeah. Good night. Talk to you, Jensek, Kyle.
Yeah, I'd like to say to Mr. Chung, thank you for doing a good job. I've been listening to you and reading articles to see the great job that you have done, and I'm glad that you bring in the transparency and accountability to the Reggae Boyz program. And I must let you know that, we in the diaspora have eagle eyes on what you're doing. So we wish you great success. But believe me, if things go sour, you will hear our voice. Just to let you know.
No, that's a good. Let me tell you something, Kyle. As I said to Ryan, I don't have a problem when people criticize what I do. I have a problem when people stop talking to me. Because it means it's total disengagement. That
Definitely.
I love when people talk to me.
My issue though is the trademark issue, and I'm pretty sure that you have that, under control.
Yeah,
so
man. We
are watching.
Yeah, man. We're definitely looking at that.
So that's what we're looking at. And there's another issue that's close to my heart, and it's the schoolboy football program, right? In the first world, in order to have a vigorous youth program, their football run for like 7 to 8 months. Now, I have always said that if we extend our youth football program, start it like from the August and finish it like in February, we will do two things. We will decrease crime, meaning that we're keeping these youth active during the summer, and we will employ vendors to give people, work. So I am pleading with you if you could get in touch with ISA and the government, just make a suggestion that, implementing that little program will do so much to the whole nation. And, keeping these kids active, keeping them out of trouble, and at the same time, developing a robust youth football program.
Listen now, Kyle. I don't know what the situation is, right? But one of the things that we have to remember too is that, a lot of them, you're talking about their academics also, they have to do exams, but also remember that football is not the only sport that a lot of them play. They participate in a lot of other things. So like cricket and basketball is big here too, so even though they don't play football for the 8 months, they're playing a lot of other sports also. I can tell like Jimmy Adams, who went to school with me at JC, at the greatest institution on the planet, right, Ryan?
Ask me, Excelsior.
Jimmy Adams, right, who was a West Indies cricket captain. He was someone that were very close. He was in my era with my brother. He was a very good tennis player. He was a very good swimmer. He was a very good cricketer and a footballer, right? Now, if he played football for 8 months, then he wouldn't have represented Jamaica in cricket. He wouldn't have represented Jamaica in tennis, right? And therefore, those are some of the peculiarities you look at. The other thing is that
let's don't forget that sports is also a social determinant. So
yeah, man. So what we need to do
at the World Cup, world has gone down.
So what we need to do, and remember also that a lot of the schoolboys play club football also. So when the schoolboy season is not on, they're playing club football. They're involved in club football.
Not them do, because for the last 2 COVID the other day, we now have no under 17 and under.
No, we haven't. But in normal times, they play a lot of club football. So it's a lot of things to consider. The other thing is that whereas overseas in England, for example, the schools might have more money. You know,
Right. Definitely.
in Jamaica, the schools don't have a lot of money. You know, so
Right.
there's a lot of considerations. But I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
suggestion, you know.
Right.
But
Mhm.
and I will definitely speak with Wellington about it. You know, about that suggestion.
Yeah, and I know the last point before I let you go, like what Ryan was saying, the diaspora played a significant contribution in helping out that under 20 program, and we are willing to do it again in the future. But my caveat to that is, we deserve a vote because we are up here, and like that gentleman just called and said, he's from England. He has people who he can get in the program. We can do the same. We can scout for you, and we can send down people for you. We deserve a vote. So that's my advocacy for the diaspora getting a vote.
Kyle, before
Anyway, you have your thing.
Kyle, what you can do is just keep in touch with me through Ryan.
Kyle, more
Ryan and Neil.
Kyle,
Go on.
more want to have a discussion with the gents because I tell him that you guys near Sovereign, Cranky, Devon Porter, all of you guys has play a major part, and I know you guys willing to do more. You understand? And the fans, Georgia Girl, all of these people play a major role. So definitely I want you and him to have a conversation on a regular basis.
Well, like Mr. Chung said, his door is open, so I'm pretty sure that day is coming. But let's just keep an eye on Mr. Chung and see the good work that he's doing, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Kyle.
All right, then. Good program, sir.
Yes,
you take care and good night, Mr. Chung.
All right, respect,
yeah. But yeah, so that's Kyle. But boy, listen, I wish you all the best for the New Year's, but you know that you guys.
Ryan, I see a comment in the section. Your uncle was Diego Garden.
Yeah.
Oh, you have some good stock, man. You come from good stock.
Yo,
I used to watch Diego play for Boys Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Me never know. And as well, Kyle, that's about it.
I used to see him when the part when Lenny Hyde used to play too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I grew up about so every year man never tell me, bro, I see my uncle on the side that him control or him juggle the ball and all that. That me see or him have control over the ball or him juggle and have it up on him head and me say that he say him good. I feel him close skill.
You see Lenny Hyde, you ever see Lenny Hyde play yet?
No, me never see Lenny Hyde I didn't play, man.
Oh gosh, I used to go watch him at stadium.
The
time Major League finals used to play at stadium.
See Carl Brown brother play? West. Center.
No, I don't think I ever see West play.
Yes, Westpick play.
Eh?
The keeper from Boys to name Westpick.
I'm not sure.
Cooley Pele. It's a Cooley Pele play.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, just come on there, you see him play. Cooley Pele, you see him play. Can play with Diego them.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I used to watch him and who I used to see playing him latter half towards Arthur Latimore. You ever hear about Arthur Latimore?
Yeah. Where's it, Chung?
You ever hear about Arthur Latimore?
No.
Gosh, man. That man, there was one of the best.
Yeah. But sir, to Rob, one more call before you leave. So Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, big up yourself, Ryan. Mr. Chung, big up yourself here, sir. Give thanks.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yeah, man. I've been listening for real, and so far, definitely like how you've been so out there and interacting with the fans, man. We feel very pleased. I'm also in the diaspora, so if you can probably figure, say, just like the people in Jamaica, a lot of the diaspora people have been tuning in, and we're really interested because I was listening to a sports show today, and they were making reference to a slogan saying, I think, Campaign 2026, which is kind of like what I'm saying too. Like right now, we really need to get on the campaign started. No?
Yeah. So let me tell you, I never give another part there, but one of the things that we're doing, the president announced it yesterday too, is that come January, we're going to be announcing a competition for the public to come up with a slogan for the girls for the World Cup next year and also for the campaign for 2026. So we want a slogan, and we're going to have prizes for it. You know, whoever come up with it, right? We're going to have prizes for that. Ryan can't compete because, you know, that unfair, you know, because in Planet 2, you know. But we'll have some prizes. We want to engage the public to come up with the slogans.
Yeah. Bro, watching the radio, I was watching the radio World Chasing. Big fan of the show. I mean, I tell you, bro, like the amount of calling and the man them have put in a lot. I think he may have a contact of a FIFA person on the board, and the show with him this morning and stuff, bro. Bro, a whole heap of people, and not just only YouTube, a whole heap of people say, yo, you do a good job in everything.
Well, we'll try.
Yeah, so. Yeah, Carla, go ahead.
One thing there, Mr. Chung. So I wanted to say, it's not necessarily no, but I guess maybe when they're closer to the campaign or so, just like what I hear, I actually hear you kind of projecting some of it anyway, so it's kind of like adding to it. But I know you guys trying to work on the social media aspect and things and platforms. Now, for example, during the World Cup campaign, you know, I subscribe basically to a lot of things just to even watch the games. Sometimes even the practice game they want to see. But I don't know if you guys are able to even have an own channel so we can subscribe to what we pay for. Me personally, because that's the profit do.
Carla, that is something that we're looking at. We're looking at that. And I can tell you, I mean, as I said, is not even 2 months I'm here, right? But we have a lot of plans on the table, and the truth is that we can't do everything one time. You know, so we're looking at the things that are important to do immediately, and that is a part of it. Because, you know, the JFF actually has a studio at the office, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at how we can resuscitate that studio and have a weekly program, you know, that we can speak to the fans, still speak to people like Ryan, you know, but at least have a JFF Live where, you know, we're giving a constant update on what is happening.
Yeah. That's good.
Because to be honest, still here, Mr. Chung, I just want to say this still. Believe it or not, you know, I mean, most of the fans probably do so too. Believe we definitely have to make this World Cup. You know, it's probably the best chance we're possibly going to have because automatically
the men's World Cup.
Yeah, I'm referring to the men's World Cup. Sorry, for 2026. The three most threatening teams in our region is already qualified and spots.
And there's another 3.5 spots, and we're going there, man.
It's a possibility.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so important because guess what now? Here's the other key thing. Because it's gonna be in our region, the World Cup. Yeah. We basically can have so much more fans to support and travel just for go basically watch the games. I mean, imagine if a game is in the US or Canada or even Mexico. Whole heap of Jamaicans are going to go to the game them. You know, so we're
going there. You know,
really
I don't have no doubt that we're going. What we need is to the engagement that we have here now, talking about solutions. I mean, I don't have all the answers. So I'm here on RYAN LFC, and I am getting suggestions, so which I'm going to take away. You know, what we don't need is, you see, over the last few months, so we had a lot of negativity. We need to move away from that. And, you know, if we're going to have disagreements, you know, but we need to be constructive, right? And that's what I want. So we talk, we disagree, you know, but we come to a consensus, and when we're moving forward, we're moving forward as JFF, government, corporate Jamaica, the fan base, everything. That's what we want to do. So that 2026, remember also, right? And we always discount this. The women have done well, and they are going to their second World Cup next year.
Definitely.
We have to give them some support because, trust me, the women have done very, very well, you know, to get to this second consecutive history making, to get to a second.
Definitely, man.
That's huge still. That's huge.
Mr. Chung, you know, I just want to add to that me saying that, like I say, especially with the girls and everything. We just as a reminiscence, we saw recently when the netball team was doing good in the Olympics.
Yeah.
The celebration, the dancing, and the comrades, and the whole other people, the whole nations, the whole world take on to just the vibes, the Jamaican flavor basically bring. What I'm saying, like, no, just like the slogan, Reggae Boyz, we can't live out the reggae out of the thing, or the reggae girls, you know, we can't live out the reggae out of the thing, you know. So anywhere we team go, the music need to be behind it. You know, necessarily mean
in fact,
but
as a part of the competition tour, we're going to launch with the slogan. We want to have something where someone can
catch it.
Song, right? We want a tune.
yes,
And when we have the song, we're gonna make Ryan dance to it on YouTube, right? Just a live and direct.
Virgin, me do it for the fans, them to get them happy, Virgin.
yes. And for real, the fans, them, just like myself, I agree. We all want to get on board. And like I said, we might be upset with how things go. It's just more emotional fact knowing we could have make it away. We really and truly want to get behind it. Doesn't make sense.
And
we agree, and it's all positive for now, because we really and truly, we really know we have the strong possibility and the good team. So we really want to get behind anything, and we just want to say big of yourself still. And like I said, we'll keep on tuning in, and we try to throw out inputs and insights. You see me? So even when you get the thing launched up on the social media and the platforms, we'll come on and communicate just as well and try to give us some ideas if we can. Put it out there so we know what we else can do as fans, our supporters, our diaspora people.
yeah, man.
What we need to do.
One of the things I want to institute is that you see when we travel, like we're supposed to be doing some traveling next year, definitely Gold Cup, right? I would love for us to start having some town hall meetings with the diaspora. So when we travel, you know, we have some town hall meetings. You know, those are some of the things. If we can link with the diaspora and we can organize those things. So when we're there,
and Kyle and them always got the game them. Kyle and Cranky them always. So you know, can have the discussion over there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it can be a meet and greet because a lot of the diaspora for real want to interact with even with the players them too, you know, meaning for pictures or signature. It doesn't have to be really them up and sit down and talk with them. But like I said, it just will bring everybody closer because like I said, everything is gonna be kind of closer in the region, our CONCACAF region. So we really need to get everybody behind, and all these games coming up, we want them to feel like a home game, no matter what, you know.
yeah, man.
So
Yeah, man.
and just to add about sponsorship, I mean, we see the government basically come out with a tweet after the World Cup and thing, and because the World Cup vibes and fever still in a high, I feel like it's a good time to capitalize with corporate, local, and try to get something abroad because at the end of the day, diaspora is still people out here. You see me? So,
Yeah,
man. Outside of Jamaica for sponsors because you have people like us within a diaspora willing to support regardless or not, you know? So that's one you know what I mean?
I tell you something though. I mean, we have all of that, but you know, the truth is that nothing don't happen in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Okay.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks of December, you know, everybody shut down and gone party.
Yeah. Buckington and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, Carla, big up yourself.
Big up yourself. Respect
yourself. Leave, because I get up early go riding bicycle, so I don't want to keep him no more. I just want to send him over.
Yeah, man, give thanks, Ryan. Big up yourself again, Mr. Chung. Yeah,
man. Respect.
Listen, one thing I leave you with, you know, say the president, you, Speed, you know, build up a piece of we call it. I don't think the fans has been ever happy for going on a new year. I don't care about my birthday, you know. January the 24th, my birthday.
January 24th.
Yeah.
You know, say the tradition when you have birthday, you have to give everybody a gift. So I expect that gift, you know.
But you see that January 1st, that wait. You say I'm January 1st, the president of the January 1st, Speed as a January 1st. I'm telling you, man, the fans them I look forward to see will really have a take place. 2023 going to be a bright year for Jamaican football.
Next year, next week, I am sitting down and I'm writing the plan for next year, right? That plan, the president will share publicly. He has said that already. He's going to share it publicly with all of the things we're expecting to. We have a plan for all the games that we're playing and everything already, and all the other things that we're doing, right? I gave you a snippet of some of it. We're waiting on a feedback for this major event that we want to plan for next year. Once that come back, and you won't hear some other things announced also, right? Okay. About the World Cup next year.
Definitely. Fans, the 1st of January, you guys can look out for me to buy 2 Jamaican jersey anywhere across the world today, and I will make it get to your door. All you have to do, send me an address, send me all the detail. The 1st of January, same day with JFF party, I am going to give away 2 Adidas jersey. So, look out for the phone line to open, and we are going to ask you a question. So, may I buy 2 jersey for giveaway, and I will ship it to you guys. All right, Jackson? Look out for that. Clear gun? Look out for that. But, when final before you leave, talk to the people what them can expect going forward.
Yeah, we're just going to put our heads down, try and get things in place for the development of football. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try our best. We're putting things in place. We're putting the structures in place. And, we're relying on the diaspora, relying on everybody, in Jamaica, everybody to come on board and support us. It's very important for us because we're doing this thing for Jamaica. So we're gonna try our best to do the right thing.
Definitely, man. Bridget, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
we got a lot 2 hours. Really do appreciate it. You don't have to do so much time with me, but I really appreciate you. Take the call of them call, answer the question and all of them stuff there. So I really do appreciate it, man. Have yourself a wonderful week. Enjoy the New Year. Enjoy the Christmas. Looking forward to see January the 1st. The Adidas deal. Yeah, last thing before you leave. The Adidas deal. When the people can expect it in Jamaica?
We expect there will be an announcement of it in January. We're trying to finalize the date. In January, right? So we're expecting that we'll hear everything about in January. But we have to organize with the people overseas.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, definitely. So big up on yourself. I can't wait, brother. Not even Liverpool jersey, I can't wait for come out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, because I love the on my show, I have my kit and especially what I represent for Jamaica and thing. But big up yourself, Bridget. Walk good, sleep well, and big up to you and your family.
Right. And enjoy the holiday, boss.
You enjoy it, man. I'm going to have my kids, bro. I'm looking forward for that. First time having my 2 kids around me Christmas. So I will definitely enjoy it, man. Can't wait, Bridget.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All
Bless up, man.
Cool.
Bless up. Yes.
All right.
So, MP, I saw your question, but guess what? We're going to have speed to answer to these questions. Hopefully, I think the Reggae Boyz head coach will be here in the middle of January or in January. Hopefully, we can get the Reggae Boyz head coach on the program. But I am pleading to the vice president. I am pleading to the vice president. What's his name again? Bruce Gaynor. Need you on the show. Need to speak to you, sir. Emergence ASAP. But for those who were calling in, didn't get to answer. I hope you guys can see it. You know what? I think I need to Ryan. I buy 2 jerseys today. Yeah, but what kind of jersey you buy? What kind of jersey you buy? The jersey them only on sale. Anyway, let me call it. Paper, smash the like button, MPEG. I see a question, but he's not the right man for answer to that question. But what go on, Bridget, you know, long minute here from him ready.
I know, but I watch the channel even though I'm here. I'm here watching the channel with Mr. Chung, and he might give us some good news, and I build my confidence back in the national team. And I look forward to maybe a prosperous 2023 hopefully. Today I just say I went by Western Sport today and buy 2 jerseys because I know I'm looking forward to the Adidas jersey in January. Mm-hmm. So I just buy out the last key, and my friend is migrating to the United States, so I brought him there to buy some jerseys, so when he's back in the States he can wear them.
Yeah. How much jersey them myself?
I think because they say Adidas is taking over the 1st of January. The jerseys are now selling for what? Like the one from in Gold Cup 2019, 6,005, and the previous one is now like 12,500.
That's still too much.
The training gears are for 3,000, and they have hats as well. So they're trying to get those out as soon as possible for the Adidas deal.
Yeah. Well, may I look forward for them Adidas deal in the budget. May I look for the sweater and the hat and all of them things, brother. I can't wait.
Yeah. I can't wait either. I'm looking forward to hearing about a practice match before that
Mexico game.
Nations League game. Yeah, before that Mexico game, because I really want the coach to go all out and try to beat that Mexican team. So, you know, never mind can tell we can win the Nation League and then go into the Gold Cup in high spirits.
Yeah, that'll be good, man. That'll be a very good start for the New Year's for us. Beating Mexico, and that's like going into the semi-final of the Nation League.
Yeah, that's what will happen. And I'm also looking forward to seeing JFF page, you know. JFF, I would like to see the coach having a page as well. I don't know if he's not a fan of social media, you know, but we love for him to be interactive. Also, we're looking forward to the YouTube page for the JFF as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, Al Grimson. Yeah, man, I hear that they watch a show. So we need it on the program when they reach it in Jamaica. See?
I hope he's looking out for the prospects as well. We know the persons out there who can also represent us. But we have the under 17s as well to look forward to. We don't want to a failed campaign like the under 20. We want to learn from what happened in the under 20 and to capitalize with the under 17s. There's a lot. I hope Jackson Clark Harris get that top. He's scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah, he's scoring a lot.
Yeah, and Giovanni Brown is scoring too. But we need Louis Baker and those guys.
Yeah.
And Lati Bodier is playing too. Hopefully we can try to get Dwight McNeil if we can get Demari Gray. So I hope
McNeil play for Everton.
Yeah, Everton.
He usually play for Burnley. Bro, I think from Chelsea we need to get better that. We need a midfielder like Ravel, bro. He is an upgrade on Ravel.
Yeah. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, we need Omar Hutchinson. We need to
have him Jamaican passport now.
Yeah, but we don't want him to put in. We want him to play good. But if he play good before the March window, more than likely the England scouts will get at him. So we need a practice game maybe in February or in the early part of March, so we can cap him and then also play him, pick him in the squad for the Gold Cup, for the Nations League and also the Gold Cup. We need that. That's what we need. And Keto Taylor, we need those guys in the mix from early.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I agree. Yes, man. Pagan Akimo. Big up. Senton. Yeah, man. I think we're supposed to have Danny Beckford. Today we should have Danny Beckford, you know. I think we'll probably have Danny Beckford. Tomorrow, I don't think tomorrow will be having any show, people. I don't think tomorrow we'll be having a show. Let's see. I have to pick up my son from the airport, so I don't think tomorrow may have any show. But let's see when I come home and see how one thing. But Kimo, big up yourself, brother. Enough respect, bro.
Yeah, but take care, man, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we're supposed to have Danny Beckford on the program. I have him a couple months ago. So yeah, people, like up the stream, people. Like up the stream. Cousin get one game for Jamaica. One game in play and the game against
Hi, Lucas, I want to watch your race. You're right,
Wagwan Carla. Good evening, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, I really want me to call with Mr. Chung upon the program because I have something I want to ask him. See it?
Mm-hmm.
What me ask you still? I want to know, one thing I want to know. I want to know if them in touch with, keep in touch with Hutchinson, right? And if them are plan a way to cap him before England take him, you see it?
Yeah.
So that me the one.
I have a different man to answer them questions. So whenever I come, I'll make you guys answer. I don't think Chung is the man to ask them questions. That's why I never even bring up MPEC because he's not the man to ask about them stuff there.
See?
Yeah.
Alright, bro. I got me the one was my brother say.
Yeah.
Although me know say next year I know say Ricky's not going to office again, you see it, so you know really that part don't really matter. I know that still, so
Let's say that in office next year.
We're not in office next year, man.
Alright, let's see.
Trust me, you could have drawn down a star them from the sky. Yeah. Yeah, man. Trust me, brother. Cause some man feel say them have support, certain support and certain people, but I can tell you this. You have a parish where they vote for him and you lose at the parish and you never realize it. That's what I said, my brother. A man has a respect still, isn't it? Let's say a word, Ryan. Blessings.
Yeah, man. One love, brother. Big up yourself, brother. Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Yeah. But if it's not, I think Friday have the Jamaica College coach. Friday have the Jamaican College coach at 7 p.m. I think yesterday, I watched show me yesterday. I do the voting. I think today should have been Danny Beckford, you know. But things never panned out. But if not, it probably be over the holiday. I think Danny Beckford interview probably be over the holiday. But stay tuned, look out to it, turn on every notification, brother. You get the message? But anyway, people, I'm going to sleep here, people. Telling some man manage my time, people. You get the message? I really do appreciate all of you guys tuning in and stuff. You get the message, people. Really do appreciate it. We have some good interview coming, but you know it, go people. The year is running out fast. You get the message, people. I go on some sleep, people. Bless up to all of you guys. I want some sleep tomorrow. I have to go up on the work, people. So I go on some sleep, people. Big up on yourself, people. Enough love and respect. Really appreciate it. People, don't forget to check out the merchandise, people. And support the merchandise. Buy the merchandise, people. Reggae Boyz fans, don't forget to check out the merchandise. Follow the movements. Support the movements. Purchase the merchandise. Reggae Boyz Nation. We have the hat. We have the cups. Check it out. We have a lot of different merchandise in the store. Show your boy Ryan LFC some love and support. Buy the merchandise. Let me know. What do you guys think about the merchandise? Would you guys purchase one of the merchandise? I would really appreciate it. It help the channel, bro. And it help the channel put back some money in the channel to buy equipment. So I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.